So when it comes to heat, we basically have two types of heaters. We have what's called a direct fire and an indirect fire. And we're gonna walk you through what the difference is and how you can use it in your application. A direct fire heater is essentially, it directly heats the air that you're trying to heat when you're trying to warm the building. This is a 400,000 BTU heater. It actually sits inside the space. So an example for this warehouse. Fortunately, the heaters sit on the ground. So the coldest air is always down low. So it's constantly heating up the coolest air in the building and recirculating it. And that's how it heats a building. So once this unit is up and running, you can actually set the thermostat. It'll regulate when the unit turns on and off. So you can maintain constant temperature within the building. The second kind of heater is a indirect fire heater. So the difference between an indirect and a direct fire is that the air that we're heating up never comes in direct contact with the flame. So it's a little cleaner, a little bit less efficient. So this is an indirect fire heater. What we see inside here is the actual burn chamber. So the flame is totally contained inside this burn chamber. And the airflow comes through this area right here. The air moves 365 degrees around the barrel, and then it blows into the area that you're trying to heat. And the fumes are all exhausted through the top. Generally, this will sit outside of a building, and it will suck in outside air, heat it up, and force the hot air into the building. This is a second version of an indirect unit. It works exactly the same as the previous unit. The only difference is in the intake air. So in the first unit we showed you, it pulls in from outside, heats up that air, and then forces the hot air inside the building. This unit does the same thing. It heats up indirect, blows the air using ducts into the building, but it gives you the additional option of controlling the intake air. This is much more efficient. If you're maintaining 50 degrees or 60 degrees inside your building and it's 0 degrees outside, instead of heating up the 0 degree air to your desired temperature, this pulls in the 50 to 60 degree air, heats it up to your desired temperature, and then puts it back into the building. With all these units, you would have a thermostat. You would set this to your desired temperature, and the unit will kick on and off as it's needed in order to maintain the temperature of the building.